if you have small hands you may not like. I can't believe this. What's up everyone, this is Dave from Airsoft Obsessed, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Hera arms from ASG and ICS. So ASG and ICS got together, one of them had the licensing, the other one had the production capabilities, and got together to make this Hera arms CQR. So as you can probably tell that it is another M4. However, this M4 does have the Hera arms furniture on it, which I guess technically would make it California compliant if you're into that kind of things. But anyway, it is a standard M4, except it does have the Hera arms CQR stock and foregrip. So taking a quick look around the gun, one of the first things that you're going to see is there are a plethora of places to attach slings and whatnot. We've got two QD appointments on the stock. There's also another pair of QD appointments on the front grip, as well as two more QD ports on either side of the rail system. The rail system is a standard rail. We haven't jumped into the M-Lock or Key-Mod that we see on so many things these days, so that will still take your regular attachments. It does have also a couple of extra sling mounts of the other type here on either side of the stock. There are multiple variants of this one. There are the black on black, and then the black and tan, and then on each of those color schemes they have the standard AEG box, but then they also have one with upgraded internals, what they were referring to as the S3 trigger system. The difference in those is going to be about $50 or so. So for the standard one, you can pick those up either at your local shop, which I highly advise. If you have a local shop, you should be shopping local. Your local shop is going to keep your local community going. However, if you're in a spot that doesn't have a local shop, then I would suggest that you check out a spot like Evike.com. Anyway, regardless of that, the standard version is going to be about $360. The one with the upgraded electronics and the S3 trigger, that's going to be about $410. So kind of keep that in mind. There is a $50 difference between your standard one and your upgraded trigger version. So with anything ICS, one of ICS trademark things is they do produce the split gearbox. Because the Hera does utilize the ICS split gearbox, there are a few things that you need to know. First off, when you are going to separate the upper from lower, most AEGs now you pop the pin and you are able to slide it out. With the Hera arms, you have to pop both pins and it will actually hinge much like a standard regular real steel AR. Something else that you're going to notice on the split gearbox is that it does have a quick change spring option, which makes it nice if you are at a field and you need to change your velocities depending on the limits for that particular field. I am happy to see that the QD spring is something that's finding its way into just about every airsoft platform by now. I think it's way overdue that we have that option available on all of our guns. Okay, let's take this one and put it on the Chrono and see what we get. All right, we're gonna run some Elite Force .25 BBs through the Chrono, and let's see what we get. 305, 315, 306, 305, 313, 315, 320, 304, 309, and 313. Let's flip this to full auto and see what our rate of fire is here. Again, this is with a 11.125C LiPo. Oh, and I messed up. All right, so we have their 1145 rounds per minute at 304 FPS. All right, so let's take this home. Things that I liked and didn't like. First thing that I liked, the decocking mechanism on the selector switch. So if you are shooting the gun and for some reason when you are done shooting the gun it is left in a with the spring compressed or in a compressed state, when you switch from semi or full auto back to safe, it will automatically decock the gun, which is nice because it'll keep your spring at its FPS longer. I do like the hop-up chamber. I do like the hop-up adjustment. I do like all the sling attachments and whatnot on this. There really is no excuse not to be able to find something to your liking as far as retention goes there. Just about any type of sling that I'm aware of, you can make work with this. I do like the fact that it feels nice when you shoulder it. It has got that nice CQB-ish length to it, making it a nice choice for the close quarter type of airsoft. Now, some things that I wasn't so happy about. Probably the biggest kind of disappointment for me was I saw this big, huge, nice stock here, and I was expecting to have a lot of battery room. Unfortunately, even though the stock is nice and big and you might think that you have a lot more battery space, you actually are limited to just what a buffer tube battery space that you would have on any other M4. In fact, it's probably even less than what you'd have on something with a crane stock, because when you pop all of this off, it is just the space for a buffer tube, so you're going to be stuck using your standard buffer tube type of lipos in that. So if you're used to that anyway, not a big deal. For me, I was just kind of hoping for a little bit more battery space in. Something else that I really wasn't super hot on is being able to get to the fire selector switch without taking your palm off the pistol grip here. On just about every other M4, I can get my thumb in and around and switch that fairly easily. With this, I did notice that I did have to take my palm off the grip just ever so slightly to get my thumb around to switch, say, from semi to full auto and whatnot. And of course, you know, keeping it real, as I try to do up in here, the FPS variant was a little bit much for what I feel comfortable with a gun that I'm using consistently, counting on. So, you know, speculate as to why. Could be a sealing issue, could be just something as a simple O-ring, but you know, going almost 15-20 FPS difference, kind of concerning for me. Anyway, overall, hopefully that was an informative look for you on the Hera CQR from ASG and ICS. As always, I try to give you just the facts, some of my opinion thrown in. It's always up to you to make your decision on whether or not you want to spend your hard-earned money on something. That's not my job to tell you what to do. So if you have any questions at all that you'd like me to answer, or maybe something that I didn't quite cover, which is absolutely possible, just either drop it in the comments down here, or you can hit me on Instagram. Instagram is probably where I'm the most active, because I can do it from my phone everywhere else, whereas, anyway, doesn't matter. So anyway, Hera, CQR, ASG, ICS, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.